What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, That Guy Mile High, tuning back in for another reaction. This time we got one from Chilling Scares called 6 Most Disturbing Forest Finds Caught on Camera. Let's go ahead and give a big shout out to all the members real quick, and then we're going to jump into that video. We got Epic Service, Jamal, Keith, Christy, Funny Farm, Manly, Misty, Sniper, Trey 420, Driver Thoughts, Ryan, Kara, Marie, Carrie, Mr. Pay It Forward, Happy Chick, Lynn Willow, Holla Girl, Taylor, Holla Boy, Marla, Diesel, Nick, Creatively Insane, Nicole, Aaron, Mama Dukes, Robin Lynn, Amy Jane Doe, Liz Nugget, My Hood Life, and Gary Willis. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Appreciate you guys for being members, man, and rocking with your boy on the level that you do. If you guys want to be like them, you know what I'm saying, get them shout outs in the videos, the lives, all that good jazz. Take advantage of some perks. Think about hitting that join button down below. You got 3 different options to choose from. You could be a high member, a really high member, or the highest member. And if none of that fits your fancy, just subscribe and bell notification. And yeah, it's free 99, so there's no excuses at that point. You dig what I'm saying? All right, so let's hit that full screen. Let's jump into this, man. Shout out to Chilling Scares for this video. Let's go.
This first finding was made by hiker James Rankin in early October of 2016. James had been hiking in Berkeley.
Okay.
That would be creepy
We're
as
deep,
shit to
deep
see.
in the woods. Sort of, we're like on the border, because like there's a side of the woods where there's people's houses. But I came to a trail that led to a trail that led to a trail up the hill. But I saw what looked like a fire pit. And remember, we're still in the woods. We're still in the woods, right? I don't know what this is. Do you see the trees? Little white. Okay. I was like, okay, this one's from Georgia. And look at it. Like, look where the we are. Who the does something like this? We got this one. And this obviously, you can tell, these aren't new. Like, not just that this is 2012, Noblesville, Indiana, right? Look at the tape, look at the water damage. Bits have been hanging up for a while.
Yeah. Bro, that look like some weird culty shit down there, bro. I would not be walking in that, bro. You better leave.
Look at that. And over here in the middle of the fire pit, that's a shovel.
James would ultimately report the finding to the police. Though, upon further investigation, police would write it off as someone's Halloween decorations. James, however, was not satisfied with this investigation. His discovery took place on October 3rd, and according to James, the posters themselves did not look like they were set up recently. Later that same year, James would return to the campsite, but this time be stopped by multiple no trespassing signs.
Okay, first of all, I am not violating any of these no trespassing signs. I'm simply not. I came here only to show you and get it on tape and leave. From here, we can see down there, that's the clearing. So anyway, what they've done, they printed out their own no trespassing signs. Homemade. I'm assuming these are all legally binding. I have no way of knowing, so I'm not taking any chances.
Right, he said,
you can see,
definitely not.
they attached them to the trees with ordinary masking tape. These aren't even laminated. This is posted, private property, no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. And we've got one there, one there, one there.
Because the police had already closed their investigation, this would pretty much mark the end of the whole situation.
That shit would be crazy as shit. I definitely wouldn't have been going back to figure out.
Back in 2013, a man named Phil Poling would upload this video to his YouTube channel.
Might end up being a victim.
The video features Phil out late at night in his neighborhood, located in Mission, Oregon. Phil claimed to have heard strange noises echoing around outside his neighborhood only a few minutes prior, which is why he was outside in the first place. Once he reached a nearby forest that was only around 200 feet from his house, he would again hear the noises. And this is where he started recording.
January 21st, about 11 p.m. I'm a couple hundred feet from my house. I think you hear it going off in the background right now. Kind of sounds weird. Kind of sounds doggish, hyena-ish.
Bro, that motherfucker caught the Joker in the sewers or some shit. Fucking it. Johnny,
that
you want
almost
to
sounds like
balloon?
laughter.
Like, whoa.
It's actually gotten closer since it started. It's probably only 200 feet, 300 feet from me right now.
The recording of noises continued for a while longer, until the sounds of gunshots can be heard echoing from the forest.
I think that was a gunshot.
Bro, you better leave. There's some psychotic. Somebody psychotic is in that forest, bro.
Multiple people in the community itself had claimed to have been hearing similar noises for the last 2 months or so leading up to the recording. But just what exactly was making the noises is still unclear. This video features the GoPro footage of 2 dirt bikers riding on a remote path in the forest. Throughout the video, the bikers can be seen going at extreme speeds, but doing this would quickly prove to become almost deadly. As the bikers continued on the path, they were unexpectedly met with a steel cable strung across 2 trees at perfect neck level for oncoming bikers.
Whoa.
At a fast enough speed, this trap could no doubt take the lives of anyone riding through that didn't see it. Fortunately, however, the biker in the front did see it and was able to react quick enough to avoid it.
Bro, somebody was out there intentionally trying to take somebody's head off.
The bikers would actually debate whether or not to stay and wait for the person who set up the trap to come back, but they would end up deciding against this. It's still unknown who's responsible.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea just to shove that shit in there, throw it away. Go report it like, yo, look.
Mark Andre was a man who devoted his career to exploring the vast woods of Northern California.
I'm glad he saw it, though.
He worked as his town's environmental service director, so it was quite literally his job to spend time in the woods. In February of 2018, he had been tasked with marking trees, and while he was doing so deep in the woods, he would come across some makeshift cabin, which, considering the extreme remoteness of the area he was in, made the discovery highly abnormal. Mark would of course get a closer look at the structure. The thing was only around 8 by 12 feet wide and 15 feet tall. There was a lock on the shack's only entrance, and from the outside there was no real evidence anyone was there. Still, disturbed by the finding, Mark would head back to get professional assistance. The next few days would consist of multiple attempts to contact the owner of the shack, but all of them ultimately failing. So, finally, upon revisiting the structure, the men would break open the lock to the front door. They would find a space that was clearly being lived in, or at the very least had been lived in recently. The shack had its own furniture, a pot-bellied stove, a small library, and even a typewriter. Jars and cans of food filled the shelves. However, in spite of all this, the search resulted in no further identification of the actual owner. Because the shack was illegally constructed, the men ultimately had no other choice but to leave an eviction notice on the front door before leaving. A few days later, the authorities returned to see out the contract, but there was nothing there. The makeshift cabin was completely gone. Whoever the owner was had deconstructed it, with literally the only thing left behind being an international squatter symbol made from charcoal. Many theorized the owner was wanted by authorities, and was therefore living completely alone in the forest, evading any contact with other people. But whether or not this is even close to true is still up for debate. To this day, the real owner of the shack is still unidentified.
I mean, maybe he just liked being isolated, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
This video was
That's
captured
odd.
on an early morning in the middle of December. It
was
takes
like
place in
that.
Canada and features some disturbing noise echoing throughout the forest.
But it could have just been like a hunter
It's
shack,
not
though.
clear what the noise is. Many frequent hunters would report to have never heard anything even remotely similar.
What that is? Scary shit.
See the chupacabra? Hold on. Oops. Bruh. Bruh. He keeps opening the door. Let me make sure that I didn't, or we don't have a clip or whatever in the screen. We good. We good. We good. All right, one moment. Let me finish this one. I got you. Go outside.
One comment suggested the noise could have been a wolf that was either trapped or left behind by its pack. It's also possible it was another animal, such as an elk or possibly a bull moose, although none of these theories have been confirmed. YouTube user Rainey Schuler would upload this video to YouTube in 2013. The video's footage is from multiple security cameras Rainey would set up around his house, which was in an isolated area of the Rocky Mountains. The whole idea behind the cameras was to capture the footage of the different wildlife around his property to then upload to YouTube. But on September 13, the cameras around his house would catch something completely out of the ordinary.
Some random.
You can see as a woman walks out from the complete darkness of the woods.
She just looks lost. What is she doing? Yeah, that's odd.
Some believe the woman was lost, or that her car had broken down nearby. But that doesn't explain her general careless mannerism as she aimlessly walks around the property.
Right, like she
And
just.
a while later, the woman can be
possessed
seen
or
walking
some
right back
shit,
into the
bro.
forest. After that night, the house owner would never see this woman again.
Bro, that is wild. That would be creepy as shit to see. I ain't even gonna flex or lie to you. That would be creepy. Anyways, man, y'all let me know what you thought about it down in the comments below. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.